what's been happening in the state of Karnataka. Even as the internal power strife plagues the Karnataka government led by the Congress party, the Siddaramaiah Sarkara has run into a fresh crisis right now. The proposal to rename Ramnagara district as Bengaluru South has surfaced once again, led by the Deputy Chief Minister himself, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. A team of Congress leaders and ministers submitted a memorandum to the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, to rename the district. Now, this has raised hackles among the BJP as well as the Daddal Secular, which is an ally of the BJP. Speaking on the issue, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Shivkumar, seemed confident about the move. Mr. Shivkumar said that renaming Ramnagara will propel growth and development in the entire region. Explaining the proposal, Mr. Shivkumar said that the district would include taluks like Channapatna, Magadi and Kanakpura, with Ramnagara as the headquarters. He also added that the move would increase the property value in the area as well.
ನಾಯಕರುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮುಖಂಡತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮನಗರದ ಚನ್ನಪಟ್ಟಣ ಮಾಗಡಿ ಕನಕಪುರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಮನಗರದ ಹೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಮಾಗಡಿಗೆ, ಚನ್ನಪಟ್ಟಣಕ್ಕೆ, ರಾಮನಗರಕ್ಕೆ, ಕನಕಪುರಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈಸೂರವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ, ಅವರ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
Now, the proposal has not gone down too well with the BJP as well as the Daddal Secular. Mr. Nikhil Kumaraswamy of the JDS took to the social media to slam the proposal. He said that renaming Ramnagara is to appease the real estate friends of the Congress party and turn the region into a real estate haven. On the other hand, the BJP said that the move only reflects the party's hatred towards Lord Ram as well as the Hindu community. Let's listen into the reactions coming in from the JDS and also the BJP.
Congress party's Hindu hatred and hatred for Prabhu Shri Ram is reaching a new level. After saying that Ramji does not exist, opposing Ram Mandir, batting for Babri, then saying that Ram Janmabhoomi Andolan was defeated by India Alliance. Recently, Rahul Gandhi has said that. Now, D.K. Shivkumar is planning and conspiring to rename Ramnagar district in Karnataka. Imagine the vengeance. Imagine the only motivation is to create some benefits for your real estate friends, and your aversion for Prabhu Shri Ram, that you are changing the name of the district named after Prabhu Shri Ram. This shows the mindset of the Congress.
Well, let me go across to Deepak now, who's been tracking the story very closely. Deepak, what's the response coming in from Mr. Siddaramaiah and his office in this entire matter? We know that a proposal's been made on the part of the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. He's wanted Ramnagara to be rechristened as Bengaluru South. But how's the government now responding to this proposal?
Well, we heard some of the Congress leaders, of course, they go on to say that as far as this issue is concerned, this is for the betterment of the people living in the area. They're saying it's an extension of Bengaluru in itself, and right now it's just changing the name will also add more brand value, because Bengaluru comes in with a brand by itself, is what Congress is saying. And they're saying as far as the BJP is concerned, they should not unnecessarily try to politicize issues or bring in aspects like Ram into the picture and try to communalize the aspect. What they're trying to do, we heard from the Deputy Chief Minister himself, who hints at the fact that, people will be largely benefited, the land value will go up, and there'll be several other advantages as well coming the way of the people there. So for, be it, in Harohalli, Magadi, Channapatna or Ramnagara. But the BJP, of course, continues its charge, says that the real estate mafia, close aides of D.K. Shivkumar, they are the ones who are going to be benefited. Looking at the larger picture here, this is a big Vokaliga belt. For the Congress, it was not a great performance, especially in the Vokaliga belt in the recently held Lok Sabha elections. Whether this is another means to woo some of the community members and the people in these constituencies is also something that needs to be looked at, considering the fact that the Channapatna by-election, after, of course, Mr. Kumar Kumaraswamy won the Mandya Lok Sabha, he'll have to relinquish, of course, that seat. There will be a by-election that will be held. So this is also something that could be kept in mind. As of now, of course, this is a proposal that has been made, which has been objected to by the BJP. We'll have to see how the Congress really develops on this matter in the coming days.
Right. Stay with us, Deepak, because we're tracking now another story that's developing in the state of Karnataka. The controversy surrounding the Valmiki fund transfer has hit the headlines once again, putting the Karnataka Congress unit and the Siddaramaiah Sarkar in a spot of bother. In the latest update, the Enforcement Directorate launched raids in several places in the state today. Raids were conducted in Bengaluru, in Ballari, as well as Raichur. Raids also took place at a bank in Bengaluru. Now, these raids were conducted on the houses of the ex-Karnataka minister, B. Nagendra, in Bengaluru, as well as Ballari. Raids were also conducted on the residence of Basanagouda Daddal, a Congress MLA from Raichur. Now, this comes a day after the special investigation team grilled both leaders in connection with the Valmiki laundering case. Times Now brings you a report from Bengaluru, from right outside the apartment of the ex-minister B. Nagendra, where ED raids had been conducted.
The multi-crore Valmiki Corporation scam could spell more trouble for Congress leaders, especially former Minister Nagendra, of course, who had to step down from his ministry following the suicide of a government official who was working in this corporation, and also the chairman, Basanagouda Daddal. Right now, the Enforcement Directorate have really begun their investigation in full swing. Raids happening at least in 18 locations. We are at one of the locations here. This is an apartment. One of the flats here, of course, is connected to former Minister Nagendra and the Congress MLA, and the searches have been conducted here as well. There is, of course, searches conducted at a Union Bank branch. There's also searches in Raichur. This is the residence of Basanagouda Daddal. There's also the residence of Nagendra and Ballari, and various other places where the searches are going on. Right now, verification of documents is underway. Questioning of a few government officials as well is going on. As far as the stand of the government is concerned, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has said that there is no involvement of his, Congress leaders, and it is probably the officials who orchestrated the entire scam. But after the Enforcement Directorate, of course, concludes its investigation, will there be more trouble for these two Congress leaders is the big question that really comes up at this point in time.
Well, let's also now give you a recap of the story and tell how and when the entire episode began to unfold. On the 26th of May, a 50-year-old state government employee named Chandrasekharan was found dead at his Shimoga residence. He worked as an accounts officer at the Maharshi Valmiki ST Development Corporation. In his 6-page long suicide note, Chandrasekharan named 3 officials from the corporation and mentioned a mantri without taking the name. The BJP now mounted an attack on the entire suicide, which snowballed into a massive showdown. Bowing to pressure, the Scheduled Tribes Welfare Minister, Mr. B. Nagendra, decided to submit his resignation. Let me go across once again now to Deepak Bopanna on this. The troubles continue to mount for the Congress party in Karnataka. Deepak.
Yes, there's been some activity as well from the apartment, of course, that I was in Siddhartha. A car with ED officials and an individual has been moved out. As of now, we are trying to ascertain whether it is, Nagendra, the former minister. But definitely, this case in itself, of course, has been murky from day one. We've seen, of course, a suicide of a government official associated with this board as well, after which we saw widespread protest by the BJP, and eventually, of course, the Minister Nagendra had to resign, and right now the ED lens is on him. Another MLA, Basanagouda Daddal, and he's, of course, the chairman of the Valmiki Corporation board. Meanwhile, today about 18 locations in Bengaluru and Hyderabad, including the Union Bank branch in MG Road as well, searched. The residences of Nagendra in Ballari, Bengaluru, Raichur, the residence of the MLA Daddal there being searched. And at this point in time, the questioning could continue whether it will eventually lead to the arrest of these Congress leaders is something that remains to be seen, even as, of course, D.K. Shivakumar has maintained that he only resigned on moral grounds to ensure a free and fair investigation, and he has nothing to do with matter, and it is the officials probably who've done all the corruption.
Right, thanks for that, Deepak. In fact, there are reactions coming in from the Congress party as well. Here's what Mr. Rizwan Arshad has had to say about these developments.
There was a scam, and which has been noted by the state government, and we have formed an SIT They have asked the minister to resign. Whether he is involved or not is yet to be ascertained. But on the moral grounds, we asked him to resign. And he has resigned. And there is a full-fledged SIT setup. A special investigation team is seized of the matter. They are inquiring it. And they have summoned the ministers. They have summoned the other officials. The MD of that ST corporation has been arrested. Money to the tune of 30 crores have been recovered till now. And furthermore, money is also, the trail is being searched.
We're slipping into a short break right now. Lots more lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.